house across the street from me at my neighbor's. Hold on. Oh, I'm in the way. Sorry. Hold on. But this morning was crazy. So this morning, I get up, I go out to my car, and I'm in my car, and I'm getting everything settled to where it needs to be, you know what I mean, right? Like, you know how you get in your car, you don't just like take off and do a bunch of shit. And I look up, and out of the corner of my eye, I see something on my neighbor's stoop. So I look up, and I look over like real quick, and there's a little girl sitting there, and at first I'm just like, oh. Last weekend she had a little boy running around her yard, and I was like, oh, like I didn't know she had grandchildren because I had never seen them before, and I'll assume these are she's like my age, so I'll assume these are grandchildren. So I was like, oh, she has, you know, a granddaughter too, because it was a little boy the first time. So, but as I'm looking at this child who is sitting, arms folded, kind of looking grumpy, maybe 5, 6, knees up, like sitting on the stoop, knees up, arms like this. She has a backpack on. I realize she's in clothes that are way fall, you know. She's got kind of oatmeal colored knee socks, and I think they were navy or black, like, you know, the shoes and straps, Mary Jane's. She has what looks like a pleated skirt or some sort of skirt on, but I can see the hint of like shorts underneath, and but she's in knee socks, like not like in this weather you would think she would be in sneakers and, you know, just lighter clothes, and then she's in a navy cardigan, like a V-necked cardigan, like a cable knit cardigan, a cable knit like cardigan, and some sort of uniform almost, it looks like. Yeah, I would say it was a uniform. Anyway, and very fallish. I would not think this was a summer outfit, and it's hot. Like, it was hot this morning. It was real, you know what it was like this morning? Like, the air was so dense. It was so heavy. Like, you couldn't even, like, take a deep breath in because it was, like, so wet. The air was, like, wet, and it was just awful breathing. Anyway, so I was like, when I was looking at her, it didn't, like, I didn't have that whole narrative going on with, oh, she has knee socks and this and that. It just dawned on me, like, wow, she's in really heavy clothes. And then I realized that part of her was kind of fading in and out, and I was like, oh, she's on the other side. Like, she is not here. This is probably a spirit, or somebody's, you know, slipped out of body and doesn't know it, and they maybe think they're dreaming or whatever. Anyway, so I know if I look away, I'm going to lose her, because that's what happens. When you, my hair is literally wet from sweat. Just from going in that store, I swear, my head, it's like wet. I'm trying to give it airways to breathe. So, I know, TMI. Anyway, so I'm staring at her I'm gonna lose her, you know, I'm not gonna see her. Or whatever place that we're in right now. Because sometimes I don't know that it's actually her that's holding us there, more than it's that we are in a specific moment of place and time that is allowing us to see each other for the moment. And I think that's what people get when they look and say, oh, I caught the spirit or something. I think they're just getting that moment, that glimpse, because you're in the perfect alignment. And I think after a while you get really good at finding that alignment. That's all. I don't think it's like, oh, a trick that I can do that you can't do. I think we can all do it. So I'm sitting there like just staring. I'm afraid to blink because I'm afraid I'm going to lose her. And she at first is not looking at me. She's kind of looking down. And then her eyes like glaze up a little. And even though she's looking in my direction, almost like she's aware something's there, but she can't quite figure out what it is she's looking at. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like she's looking around where I am, but not directly where I am. Do you understand what I mean? So even though that's happening, it's almost like wherever she is looking at me, she just sees something, and something that makes her curious. So I try to keep my gaze so hard. Did you ever do that? You ever like try to stare so hard and then you realize like that alone, the trying to stare is going to make you stop staring because it's like a thing. That's what happened. So I'm like staring, I'm like, but that alone, the fact that I was trying so hard not to lose this image at all made me lose the image. So all of a sudden I blink and look away and look back and she's gone. I was like, damn it. And I never really caught her eye completely. I knew she was like searching like that, like, what am I, and I know I could almost read her mind, although I know I couldn't read her mind, but I know like she was looking around and I could feel the search was on. It was like this search for me. She was like, what is it right there? It's right there, but I don't know what it is, you know. And I have no idea. Is she alive? Is she dead? Is she on a different planet? Is she like, I have no idea. Is this somebody across the world? Is this somebody, you know, across the town? Like, I don't know. I kind of think because of the clothes, she wasn't like in proximity of me. She would be somebody who maybe lives up north and she's a spirit. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm like, shit, because I'm just so mad at myself. So I'm like, fuck it. So I finished doing what I was doing in the car, and I can either go down to the stop sign and turn around, or I can just turn around right there. And you know, because you've been with me 1,000 times, that 9 times out of 10, I'm just gonna go right there and turn around. I'm not gonna drive down the stop sign. I just turn around right where my house is. So that's what I do. I just like back up, pull in kind of almost to the neighbor where I was looking at the kids' driveway. I back out. Okay, so I'm facing this way, right? And where I want to go is this way. And the neighbor's house is over here across the street with the step. And I'm gonna drive my car forward. I'm gonna drive my car back. I'm gonna go like this once, back up. Their driveway is right here, so I'm going to go into their driveway just a little bit, not all the way, back out, and then go forward, right? And as I back out and turn my wheel to go forward, she shows up again. Only this time, she's standing on the sidewalk right next to my fucking car. So she startles the shit out of me because she's not there 2 seconds before. So I pull like this with my car and I go to like straighten her out and go forward to my stop sign and go on to my day. And I go back and then I start to pull straighten out. And right as I do that kind of arched pull straighten out, she is on the sidewalk right here. So my window and her are literally, okay, me to the window that far, her to the window that far. So maybe 2 feet. Like she's right here. And I was like, oh! Because she wasn't there a second ago. So it wasn't that like her being a kid, creepy. No, she wasn't creepy at all. She just looked like a little kid. Scared the shit out of me. So I go, oh, and I try to brake so I could like stay and see her. And she goes, oh. So she must have seen me this time. And then she was gone. I was gone. I was like, oh, why didn't I see her ahead? And so that's why I say to you, sometimes I think it's like the area you're in, the place that you're in. And I'll tell you why else, because so sometimes when I'm doing meditations and whatnot in my bedroom, like I'll look up to the ceiling, like in between a particularly long meditation, or if it's a guided one and I'm listening to somebody's voice telling me, you know, do this, do that, do this, do that, and I'm like listening and I'm trying to follow instructions or whatnot, and I look up to my ceiling, even though if I was going to just see like an apparition or something, you would think I would see it directly in front of me, right? Because that's just happening in my head and my eyes are right here, right? But that's not what happens. There's a certain spot that's off on my ceiling. There's nothing there. It looks like the rest of my ceiling. It's not like it looks different, or I have no idea. But the thing about it is that's where if I'm going to start seeing visuals, they come from there. Why there? Why there and not everywhere else? Why there and not directly in front of me, you know? Is it, and then somebody said that, I read somewhere that, so like if you're doing out-of-body work, the easiest way is to be, and I forget, is it north or something, have your body facing north. And one day I was, right after I got my hip replacement, I was doing out-of-body work in my bed, but I was laying on it differently. Hold on. I was laying on it differently because of the hip replacement. Hold on again. Sorry about all this, you gotta wait. This is my life, I can't help it. So I was laying on it differently because of the hip replacement, and I was like, and all of a sudden, like so quickly, I was going in and out from where I was, and like all these very amazing things were happening to me. Visuals coming left and right through my eyelids like crazy. And I was like, oh my God. And I thought, is this because I'm in a different position on my bed? And I've never double checked that. I've never gone back to that position, like where that was, to see if I could get the same visuals. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes I do wonder if there are certain spots, just like the portal that I have. I feel like there's little places in the earth that are very magical, and if you can find one of those, whether it be in your house, whether they're sometimes I feel like they go with you, you know, that you are maybe the creator of that portal or that moment or that magneto kind of place, you know. Just once you find it, like, work with it, work on it, for it, that kind of thing, because truly that's something to behold. It's like extra that it's got something there for you. And so, yeah, so I think the reason why I saw the little girl was simply because I was in that place. And the reason why I didn't see her when I turned around was because, and it could be that place only exists for a minute, or maybe it moves. Maybe it's in different places, like particles. And you know, one day they're going to figure out the science behind what I do. Like, I guarantee they will. Like, this isn't, or if we live that long anyway. But I truly believe there's a name for what I do, and that it isn't so much, you know, angels and devils, as much as it's travel and different ways to travel and learning that we aren't our bodies and things like that. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. I've done some. I probably will do more, but yeah, that's a different video. But anyway, so that's what happened this morning. I saw a little girl. I'm going to see if I can do some out-of-body work tonight. I'm a little tired, but I'm going to try to do it anyway. I also have a toothache that's been bothering me to death, but I'm going to see if I can do it anyway, because if I can, and I can find her, I'm going to see, like, who she is, what she's doing, that kind of thing. And if she's already moved on, or I can't find her, or I can't get out of body, or whatever, I'll let you know that too tomorrow, okay? Alright, guys, I gotta go. I've talked too long. Bye! It's hot. Look at this frizz, though. Wow. Like, look at that. That's straw. This is like, how about a little fire scarecrow?